Disclaimer for all you Boruto fans before you watch this video. Yes, I do hate Boruto, the show, anime, manga, media, with an absolute and burning passion, and I'm glad I dropped it. But also, everything I'm saying in that video, including my wrathful and extreme ways of portraying this show, is within my opinion. You are free to disagree and you're free to like the show. And while I'm gonna expose or at least gonna explain why I think the show is absolute and hot fucking garbage, that shouldn't stop you from enjoying it if you do so. That's all there is to it.
Won't you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky.
This video is not gonna be long. This is just a quick, short rant on Boruto and why I think it's one of the worst anime and manga shows, series of all time. Let me get quickly, I'm examining Boruto from main character status. He's one of the most obnoxious, annoying, bland, and uninteresting characters I've ever come to witness on screen, and I've ever had to read, because I actually read some of the panels until I just ditched both of them. I stopped at episode 65 because I'm surprised I didn't stop sooner, but that is where Boruto just, they dropped the ball, man. Here you go, bringing out this plot that is supposed to be big, and after the countless filler arcs that we had to suffer, this time traveling arc, which was pointless, completely pointless, and all this fucking other nonsense, and after the rehash movies, you give us a plot with Ishiki. What are you doing? Boom. Adding non-stop fucking filler episodes. And when we get to the Kara arc, which was the manga, you have to read it. The Kara arc, this is gonna be amazing in the anime. Everybody was hyped for this trash. And once looking at it, I didn't give a single fuck. I read the manga, I saw the fights. And when the barrier mode shit happened, I was interested because I kind of stopped after the manga when they introduced barrier mode. I didn't even really look into it. I just waited until the anime finally gets to this one because I wanted to see how they're gonna adapt this shit. So I waited. And Boruto kind of started becoming uninteresting to me anyways, because throughout this whole time, and I get to Naruto after, the anime shows us the fight with barrier mode. Naruto versus Ishiki. Naruto gets drop kicked and beaten up in his Kurama form before using the barrier mode. Sasuke, same way. Ishiki wipes the floor with him, and literally by using him as a surfboard. And throughout these fights, I ask myself, why the fuck is Naruto using 6-pad mode? Now apparently he has this fucking Hagoromo disease, which, come on man, really? A novel? A fucking novel has to explain this shit? You cannot just throw in that, and Naruto cannot use this because of his sickness. None of these characters thought of saying that, any of that. No, it took a fucking novel. Yeah, and then this out of a sudden barrier mode. I believe in Shippuden it was explained, or I remember, that once the Jinchuriki dies, the Biju or whoever he's linked to gets reborn. The Jinchuriki's just dead, but like if Naruto dies, the Nine Tails is still alive. He still gets reborn. But no, let's add in some random out of nowhere power up and kill off Kurama for the sake of plot and shock value. And take away Sasuke's Rinnegan. Because Momoshiki Boruto, which is completely different from Naruto in his Nine-Tailed state, right? Even though they both have demons inside them, and Boruto eventually is gonna tame Momoshiki because that's pretty much fucking shown in the first episode when he's an adult, right? He's using that power with no problem, easy peasy. Manages to take out Sasuke's eye. Okay, first off, Borushiki, garbage. Garbage transformation, garbage design, garbage plot, and just outright, the main character itself is so uninteresting that I could care less about his fucking inner demon. And Momoshiki is just a fodder fucking character. This dude sucks. But let me get to Sasuke and Naruto real quick. Sasuke and Naruto fought this dude at full power and destroyed him. Sasuke literally Chibaku Tensei'd his ass. The only reason they had trouble was because this other idiot with the ninja tool interfered and did this shit, and then Momoshiki got his powers back, or the ability to use jutsus. You mean to tell me you fought that, but you couldn't tell that this possessed kid who was possessed by Momoshiki, you were off guard and he managed to take out your eye, and he was weakened. He was not even that strong. And you have the Sharingan? Really? You're an Uchiha and allow this to happen. I don't think Sarada is useless. I don't think Sarada needs glasses because of Sakura. I think it's because of Sasuke. Because this dude's been slacking off in Boruto bad. This guy's basically Gohan from Dragon Ball Super after he gets laser beamed by fucking Frieza. This is what they've done to Sasuke. I've watched this one. I saw this one panel when I heard, like, I wanted to read the fucking Baryon Moto versus Ishiki fight. When I heard about this Rinnegan shit and I saw this one panel, I didn't even care about the fight. I dropped it. Because I knew it was some bullshit. Then I looked into the anime, I saw this again, and I'm like, no. I'm sorry, no. I don't care what happens in the future. And I waited to continue Boruto because of Kawaki, because I thought that would be interesting. Naruto adopting Kawaki, knowing that Naruto was neglected, hey, that would make for an interesting plot. Which ultimately already, I was just gonna continue because of Naruto. Now, fuck that. And Boruto's daddy issues shit. Look, it would have been interesting had we not seen this before in Naruto Shippuden. There was literally a filler arc of Naruto being the same way. All bratty, not liking his dad, Minato if Minato was alive. And it actually worked there because that fits to Naruto's character. He was a brat back then in part 1, but he was not as annoying as Boruto. And Minato was alive. That was interesting. What if? But in Boruto, you don't have that. Boruto's just being an obnoxious brat, acting all... This guy had no reason to be all this mad, by the way, too. He had no reason to be all that mad. Come on. Like, this dude even brings out a shadow clone to go home with him and shit like that, and you still bitching? Yeah. All I really have to say, Boruto's a waste of time and a waste of space. And these overpowered characters, which... I got something to say about this. What is it with shonen anime that carry out the same fucking garbage ass trope of making these characters overpowered, universal, planetary level, and thinking that this somehow makes the story great? You're doing this for shock value. That makes the character not... And introducing characters that are so powerful they can destroy the anime verse or whatever. Really? And I'm doing this out of fairness. Yes, I, in my own story, do have characters that are also powerful and universal. But you know what's the difference? You want to know what the difference is? This world is already established to a point where these characters fit in these certain areas. It's not out of place. It's literally being explained and stated. Boruto doesn't fucking do that. All these other fucking shonens, the only anime that I see that does this consistently because it's a fucking gag is One Punch Man. And you could argue Dragon Ball Super. Actually, yes, you could argue Dragon Ball Super. Because Dragon Ball, even there in the world, Goku gets more powerful, there are stronger opponents. So yes, you could argue Dragon Ball, you could leave that one out. One Piece, mixed feelings about Gear 5. Maybe there'll be a separate video, but I have very mixed feelings about Gear 5. Very, very mixed feelings about this form. But Boruto, it felt out of place. It felt out of place. It already felt out of place in Naruto Shippuden when they made Naruto and Sasuke gods. I think that was not needed. And now these gods and all this shit, all these overpowered characters like Ida, out of place. So here goes me explaining why I believe, even though I have this system, why this feels out of place. There we go. Just wanted to get this off my chest. Because then, unless we have shit like Jump Force, they're never gonna meet. And all these fucking power scaling channels, you guys suck as well. I'll get to you in the next video. You guys suck. You guys suck. You suck out the mood of watching animes because of some of y'all toxicity behind your fucking debates. You guys suck. But yeah, Boruto is just... that shit is bad. Bad. Really bad. Anime and manga. They don't come in here, the manga... No, we're not doing the Dragon Ball Super. The manga is just as trash, if not even worse, because it's more steps ahead of its anime. So it's worse for me than the anime. This Ida character, overpowered character, and now this new fucking god they're introducing, and all this other new shit, gods, and every fucking shonen villain character or whatever is now a god, which, come on, give me a break. Back then in Naruto Shippuden, the only god we had was Pain. And you could argue Madara, but Madara didn't declare him, like, okay, Madara was a god because he was the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails. But Pain, he was like the only character portrayed as a god in the right way in Naruto Shippuden. That's why the arc, to me, was 9 out of 10. Actually, 8 out of 10. The best Naruto Shippuden arc. Had they not done the whole revival shit, I would have been like, hey, this is one of the best shows I've ever watched. The best arcs I've ever seen in anime. But, yeah. I don't know, Boruto's just horrible. That's all there is to it. Now, positive? There is nothing positive. I wish I could say something positive about this show, but there literally is none. Same for its manga series. They're both horrible. But that's my opinion. Y'all can feel free to talk about this. Y'all can feel free to disagree. It's all good. I'm just being very harsh on it, and if you couldn't watch until the end and trying to spreading the hatred and whatever. I'm out.